Hello, everybody. Before I forget to ask, please subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up if you like this video. But today I want to have a bit of a talk to you about some of the energies going on right now and how they're showing up with weather events. Okay, so I'm going to keep this really short and just talk about some energies that are all kind of lining up together in many ways. So I'll share the chart first of all. And here we have the chart for today set for London. But we have, I'm going to draw some arrows too. And for those of you that are just listening on the podcast, I will talk about it. Okay. So right now, we have several energies at the anaretic degrees of signs. And the anaretic degrees are highly pressured degrees. There's 30 degrees in each astrological sign, and 29 degrees is the anaretic degree of a sign. And if you think about it, that's all of the sign highly pressured right at the end of the sign. It's been through that whole sign and it's ready to leave, and it's going, I've got all this energy of this sign contained within me right now. My friend Leah Whitehorse of Lure Astrology, she calls it the Tales from the Threshold. She wrote a great article about that if you want to read it. But the anaretic degrees are liminal spaces. Things are about to change. You're about to leave kind of one country and move into another country. And we're kind of in this space of major change. Okay. So today, as we speak, on September the 12th at 5:49 p.m. London time, I'm recording this. We have planet Haumea, dwarf planet Haumea at 29 degrees 35 of Libra, which incidentally is conjunct the new Venus star point from October the 22nd, 2022, that's bringing in over 100 years of Libra star points for the first time since the late 18th century. Libra being the sign of balance, harmony, justice, relationship, and really probably climate justice in this respect, I'm guessing as well, because I want to talk to you about the big storms we've had going on around the world and the big disasters and catastrophes. Okay. Then we have Ceres here at 28 degrees and 50 minutes of Libra. And today, September the 12th, as I recall this in Salt Lake City, Ceres is going to move to that anaretic degree, but she's almost there already. We also have Pallas Athena at 29 degrees of Virgo and Vesta at 29 degrees of Gemini, squaring off to each other. Vesta being the inner flame, but also the flame of the hearth and the state, and in mutable signs, big changes. Pallas Athena, wise justice warrior, in the sign of Virgo, and earth sign, big changes. Okay, and then we have Pluto over here at 28 degrees of Capricorn. Capricorn really being the institutions we live under, but also infrastructure. It's dams, bridges, roads, things like that. And the disaster in Libya has apparently taken out 2 dams and bridges and roads, and it's just, so far there's 2,000 dead and 10,000 missing. It's just horrific and catastrophic. There's also floods in China and Leominster in Massachusetts today. I saw Hong Kong mentioned as well. And as we know, we've just had the hurricane in Florida and the fires in Maui. We're getting these big events, but we're going to stick with the floods as well. Floods in China, floods in Greece as well. We've also got Hurricane Lee. Yes, it's Lee, tracking up the east coast, but nobody seems very sure where that's exactly going to land. Apparently New England is in the cone. As Lee grows larger, I just kind of saw that headline. So anyway, all of these energies at these anaretic degrees are speaking to each other, really. They are, speaking in big, big ways. But they're not the only ones. We've also got the North Node and Eris traveling together, being activated all the time, causing chaos and causing very fast events because it's in Aries. And that's over here in Aries. That's not all, though. On September the 15th, 16th, Neptune in Pisces is going to be opposed by the Virgo sun. And Neptune in Pisces is big water. And Neptune in Pisces is reaching his perigee, his closest point to Earth, bringing in big energy of water, but also intuition and all those kind of Neptunian, Piscean things, but floods. Neptune is closest to Earth and is really in those last degrees as well. So Neptune is in a sextile to Pluto. They often are working together. Neptune's going to oppose the Sun, but Neptune is also in a quincunx to Ceres and Haumea. So we've got some very big energies at the end of signs, all speaking to each other on and off. So I'm not going to go on and on. I just want to say we're kind of at a little peak, but I do want to show you one other thing. Okay. And in the you cannot make this stuff up energy. This is what's called the Geodetic Map. And I'm just going to zoom in on Africa. This is Libya, and this is Morocco, where we had the big earthquake. And this line going through here is Chiron. And this is the North Node Eris that is causing such chaos. And over here, this blue turquoise sea-colored line, is Neptune in Pisces. And generally, anything to the east of a line is more affected. So, but you can see that Northern Africa is getting some of these biggest discordant energies in so many ways. And this other line here that's just on the very tip of Morocco is Nessus, and Nessus is also in Pisces. The buck stops here. Now, I'm not going to go into all the lines, but let's just move this chart along a little bit. Oh, come on. Okay, and move to southern China. And we've got Vesta over here, and not so much is being hit, but you can see that there are some other lines coming in. I'm not an expert on geodetic maps. I'm really starting to tune in and learn about them. So one other place I want to show you. Oh, I should have looked at Greece, but is Massachusetts. So here's Boston. This is Massachusetts. This to the west of it is Pholus. Pholus is a centaur, and Pholus is domino effect and is in Capricorn as well. So maybe Pholus is bringing some of this craziness as well over on the East Coast. Pholus is kind of the Pandora's box, the domino effect, and the East Coast keeps being hit over and over and over again. by bigger and bigger storms over recent years, and Hurricane Lee is on the way now. Thank heavens it's probably not going to hit directly in many places, at least, or many populated places. I just want to go back to this area as well. Greece, of course, North Node Eris. This North Node Eris line is going to cause some huge discord and disruption anywhere that's around that line. And so you can see it goes right through Libya, it goes right through Africa, and it goes right through this part of Europe. So let's move up a little bit. It moves through Poland, and can I zoom in a little bit more? Here we go, yeah. And Athens, Greece, can't make this up. We've had the floods in Greece, Chirons here as well. All this kind of area as well is going to be, I think, affected by this North Node conjunction. And so even if we move forward to when they actually meet on November the 27th, here's the actual conjunction. We can see it's still going through Greece, which has had fires, has had floods. This is Bulgaria. We don't have anything from there yet. I can't remember all the countries. This is Poland. There you go. Anywhere you can look through this line, but also, unfortunately, just to the east is Ukraine. So that worries me a little bit too. Anyway, so you can see whether events are sometimes impacted by where the astrology is happening. I also think that Ceres is very much connected to climate change. Sedna is connected to climate change as well. And by the time the North Node and Eris meet exactly on November the 27th, Sedna will have moved back into Taurus, which is an Earth sign. So I think we're going to have a very stormy fall and more kind of climate change warnings. Ceres moving into the water sign of Scorpio could bring more flooding as well. But right now, it's these anaretic degrees that are kind of making it this peak. It's kind of like, oh my goodness, another one and another one and another one. Anyway, I hope, you know, I just wanted to show you a few things. And please don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video.